ladies and gentlemen, special guest today, Coach Hoke from JDH Performance. This is my go-to man when I have any questions on athletic training whatsoever. So becoming more explosive, which is something we're gonna talk about today, getting stronger while doing that, and just being, like my man Brian also says, dangerous across all platforms. So what we're gonna cover today is the 3 top tips or exercises to becoming more explosive. He's the man, we're gonna dive into it. I always get these questions, I never know really how to answer them, but he's the professional, okay, an expert in that field, so we're gonna dive on into it. All right, John, so my first question that I always wonder is, does genetics have a role to play when it comes to how explosive somebody is or an athlete?
Absolutely, you could tell like young when you're in gym class, the kid that was always like faster than everybody can knock out 12 pull-ups, do 50 push-ups, whereas like some of the other kids, they couldn't even hang from the pull-up bar and they're not moving around as fast. So it's definitely genetically predisposed. You'll have thicker muscle fiber types from the day you're born, and those are usually more explosive athletes for sure.
So that fast twitch, slow twitch muscle fiber does play a role in how explosive somebody can get. My follow-up question now would be, is it something that you can train and improve on?
Absolutely, yes, for sure. The already explosive athlete can get more explosive. The athlete that's not as explosive, doesn't have that kind of fast twitch, can definitely gain explosiveness if you train the right way. And we're gonna talk more about that coming up.
All right, guys, so we're gonna dive into a quick warm-up. It's gonna be pretty hilarious because I'll probably be doing some of this stuff, and since I've been heavily involved with strength training for a while, this could get ugly. I haven't done that much cardio since Nam. Woo! All right, so first exercise Coach Hoke is gonna do is the box jump with a couple different variations of the box jump, but dive into what it is and why we're doing it.
All right, box jump is super effective, super simple to develop explosiveness if it's done right. So what you wanna do is move your body, be as explosive and fast as possible every 1 rep. All right, we're not talking about jumping up, jumping down, jumping up, jumping down. You're gonna do 1 jump, you're gonna step off, reset. Just like in like strength training, muscle contractions, you got an eccentric phase. There's the amortization phase, which is the time it takes you between the eccentric and the concentric. That needs to be fast. There needs to be a very quick transition from that to your explosive jump and extension in your hips. And you're gonna stick the landing and pause. So from here, start your hands over your head, load back. You wanna load your ankles and hips, chest stays up. And I'm gonna drive my arms up and through, finish with a glute ham firing pattern, finish by extending my, stimulating my glutes. Bring my heels around and stick the landing. Step off, that's huge. Save your more rep. Give it a shot.
Sure. All right.
This is gonna be good.
It's gonna be great.
Looks pretty explosive to me. I would just finish your extension and almost like cycle your
feet up.
There you go.
All right, so sets and reps, how would you integrate this into a program?
All right, so low volume. You want, like I said, you want every single rep to be as explosive as possible. So 3 sets of 3, maybe 4 by 2. Either pre-workout, if it's not a speed, agility, quickness workout on its own. You could definitely do it before your lower body workout, but low volume, never more than 5 reps, depending on the variation.
Come on, back into the GCT. Come down,
Land
touch
on,
and go.
Yeah, so look, step off,
Yep.
land on both loaded, ready, and then just go bang, pop. Good. Better. Good, now just fix your hands.
Hands your where?
So you're right here. When you land on 2, you should be loaded. So you're coming here, you're landing, and then you're setting your hands. Land loaded, so you can just go.
All right.
There it is. Yep.
There you go.
That was it. All right, so the next best way to develop explosive power is med ball toss variations. Again, the application a lot of times is inefficient when it comes to becoming more explosive as an athlete. The weight is too heavy. You want to use a weight that's about 5 to 8% of your body weight. And again, the same kind of programming, You want every 1 rep to be as explosive as possible. With the med ball side toss variations, the lateral variations, you're transferring force from your lower body, your hips, through your core and upper body. So it's important to have efficient mechanics and be explosive during those movements. This last one here is going to be an advanced progression. I'm going to have a loaded med ball. I'm going to kind of load it up to one side. I'm going to transfer that load across my body, which is definitely going to help with lateral change of direction and speed and quickness. All right, so the last one, more advanced progression for developing explosive speed and power is contrast training. I'm gonna put myself under a heavy load, 85 to 90% with a compound lift. I'm gonna take about 15 seconds to set up and do an explosive athletic movement. So for today, I'm gonna do squats, a regular barbell back squat. Like I said, it should be in the 85 to 90% range. For the purpose of the video, we're gonna have low load set up, and then I'm gonna set myself up for my sprint movement. Super important to be fully recovered in between each set. This is definitely more effective if you do it as a workout in and of itself. I could do 8 to 10 sets of 2 squats followed by 1 sprint. I'm gonna recover probably 3 minutes at least in between each set. Just like I was talking about before, you want every single rep to be as explosive as possible. All right, so the whole concept behind contrast training is post-activation potentiation. So I'm gonna use the heavy load to excite those high threshold motor units, those thick muscle fibers like we were talking about, to then perform an explosive athletic movement. That post-activation potentiation is gonna allow me to be as explosive as possible. Those are my 3 favorite ways to develop explosive speed and power for athletes and ex-athletes. It's important to note that you need prerequisite core stability strength before you engage in explosive power movements. If your core is mush, you're not gonna be able to transfer that force. You will not move more explosively. So core stability exercises like planks, anti-rotation, anti-spinal flexion, anti-spinal extension. Think stability, not necessarily fast movements or flexion prior to this type of training. Hope this helped you out. If you have any more questions, need more video footage or information, feel free to DM me. Instagram is definitely the best way to get through to me. I can help you programming, progressions. Happy to do so. I love this stuff. Basically, speed kills. Speed kills, and if you want it, here's how you get it in the gym.
Boom.